But I think I had a breakthrough. Ooh, something in my eye child. I had a breakthrough this morning when I was thinking, I was like laying in bed thinking about sex and the type of connection that I want when engaging. I don't know why I think I can see what's in my eye by looking at the camera. Anyways, I was thinking about sex this morning, and sex is so taboo. Like when I was growing up, sex was so fucking taboo. Like, oh my God. And it's still to this day is like, ooh. But it doesn't have to be. It's normal, natural, part of life. It's how we got here, you know? Anyways, I was thinking this morning about sex and what I want out and what type of connection and relationship I want. And I used to be one of those girlies who, well, I won't say this. I'll say this. As a younger girl slash woman, I was more sexually free. And, or, some people like to call it promiscuous. Promiscuous girl. But whatever. I definitely was judged for it. I definitely was ridiculed for it. And I think that God protected me when I was younger from a lot of what was said about me behind my back. Um, and then as I've gotten older, I have become more privy to the things that were actually being said about me by my peers. And on one hand, it was it was, not, I won't say purely, but it was definitely trauma induced, and they say, like, hypersexuality is a trauma response. It was a trauma response indeed. My cat is in the window and I don't know what she doing. She alright. I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna let her do her weird thing. It was definitely trauma induced, and this makes me very uncomfortable to talk about because it's very vulnerable. Because it was trauma induced, like, and I guess obviously people don't know that about me or know my story and the trauma that I've experienced sexually and why it would have led me to be a hypersexual teenager, right? Even though I wasn't even really having sex. But that we're never gonna worry about all of that. But you don't have to have sex to be hypersexual. But on one hand, trauma induced hypersexuality. On another hand, also not giving a fuck what people think. Because at the time, I was not thinking about what other people would think of me. So I think that also was triggering for other people as well. And not even just that, but just the way I presented in general, I think was triggering for a lot of people because, like, I was a hot girl. I was that girl. I was cute and I knew it. Okay. And there's something about that triggers people. They don't like that. People don't like that. Boys don't like that. Girls don't like that. But outside of the trauma, right, I was like very aware that I was pretty, very, very aware that I was that girl. I used to like to put on, I used to like to do it up. And that was triggering for some people for whatever reason, their own reasons. Um, but I realize now that I don't, I'm not built for casual sexual relationships. I'm not. And I used to think that when people expressed that they were being like judgmental of women who were, you know what I mean? And some are. Don't get it twisted. Some are judgmental of women who are, more sexually free, sexually liberated, and who can casually date and casually have sex and do all those things, right? Um, I think that for a long time I tried to be that type of woman, that type of girl where I, just casual sex. I'm gonna do what I want. If that's what I want, I'm gonna just do that. But it got to a point that I had to listen to my body and listen to the fact that my body just does not want that. I'd rather have a deeper emotional connection. I'd rather the person that I'm engaging with see me as a full human, see me and see my story and connect with me on a deeper level than just our bodies, you know, doing for each other what we're doing for each other. And yeah, it kind of, I don't want to say it sucks. But fuck, it's all goddamn. When you come to that realization, because then you have to. Then now you're like, well, that means that I'm going to be having a lot less sex. And I mean, right now I'm celibate, so I'm not having any. But it just means that I'm going to be having a lot less sex. When you come to that conclusion, and um, you come to that understanding with yourself and with your body. But it took me a while to get here and listen to my body because I think that I just didn't want to accept it. Because sex was a way that I got dopamine as well. hmm Um, so now all the things that I use to get dopamine, to get those dopamine hits, right? To feel good, those feel good hormones, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, all of those scientific things. Because it's not necessarily about, it's just science in my brain. That's how I like to see it. I'm a scientist, y'all. I'm a scientist. But the things that I used to use to get those things, right? I'm no longer doing those things. So unless I have to find other ways to get those feel good hormones, the oxytocin, the endorphins, the dopamine, the serotonin, you got to do other things to get those things. Otherwise, you'll be in a deficit. And that's how you slip into depression. That's how you slip into depression. I know from experience. That is how you slip into depression. That's how you slip into those low moods. That's how you slip into stress. That's why I work out a lot. I be at that gym, baby. I be at the gym. I be in that sauna. I'm sweating. I'm doing the things that's why I like to lift weights. That's why I like to, because you get those endorphins. That's why I like to go on runs. You get those endorphins. It makes you feel better. It's good for your mental health. That's why you got to try new things. Go and find out what you like. Find out what you enjoy outside of other people. Outside of other people. I went to salsa classes. I really enjoyed it until I didn't anymore. So now I'm going to try something different. I'm going to look up some ceramics classes and try that. Um, I've been channeling my energy into decorating my home. I bought, some new furniture and stuff and been decorating my house, been putting pictures up. That's a good way to release those things as well. Meditating is a good way to release those things. Gratitude, journaling, all of these things is a good way to release these things to keep your mood up and not down. And I mean, life is ebbs and flows. There's gonna be ebbs. You cannot avoid pain. That's literally the sermon that I listened to this morning. You cannot avoid pain. Pain is um, necessary. It strengthens you. It sharpens you. It refines you so that as you continue to elevate, right, and continue to move closer to your destiny, that as the pressure gets more and more as you move closer to your destiny, the more you're able to withstand it because of the your testimony, essentially, right? So yes, I am not dating, not having sex. wanting something deeper, wanting more emotional connection, which that just means that I got to be more emotionally open with whomever I decide to date, as whenever I decide to date again, which probably won't be anytime soon, honey. I am got lots of work to do, honey. Got lots, like Rihanna said, got tons of work to do, honey. And I'm just not emotionally available, and I had to be real with myself about that when I was like, why do I really want to date, or do I just want dopamine? I just want dopamine because I'm not even emotionally available to anybody, because what I truly want is true deep emotional connection. And it's like, okay, are you even able to receive that from somebody? Because if you receive it from somebody, you got to be able to give it back to somebody. And I'm not trying to give it back to somebody. I'm giving all of my energy to myself. And it wouldn't be fair or reciprocal if I got into some type of situation with somebody and couldn't give them, I couldn't hold space for them in the way that they deserve. And that's just what it is. I don't have the space right now. I don't have the capacity right now to hold space for too many people and their emotions, because I am channeling all of my energy into myself. So I had to be real about that. I had to be real about it. I had to be real about what it is that I actually want and why I'm actually feeling the urges to date right now. And it's not because I want to date, and it's not because I want something serious. It's not because I'm ready for marriage or ready for whatever the case may be. I'm not, because I don't want it right now. It's because I want some dopamine. So get out there, sit in the sun, go on a run, go to the gym, go try something new, go take a risk, and then that shit just kind of leaves. It's like, oh yeah, I actually didn't want that. I just wanted some dopamine. I actually just go eat some candy, get a little sugar rush, or something. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video so that I can just, I don't know, maybe it'll help somebody kind of come to the realization that you just need some dopamine. Don't text that man, don't text that person, don't text that woman, don't text your ex. You don't miss them. You just are a little bored and need some dopamine. So get up and go on a run, go eat some candy, watch a new movie, something that you've never seen before, watch a new TV show, go try something new, go take a new class, whatever you need to do. But you most likely don't miss that person, or don't want to date, or whatever the case, depending on what's happening in your life at the moment. You probably don't want that. You just need some dopamine. You just need some dopamine. Go skydiving. Go skydiving. I'm pretty sure that right there fill your dopamine bank up probably for a year. That's what I need to do, child. But yeah, that's it. I'm not dating, not having sex, no longer interested in casual sex, um, allowing the old parts of me to die off, and grieving the deaths of the old parts of me, and moving forward. So I hope this helps somebody. And I didn't know what I was actually going to talk about in this video. I just knew that I wanted to talk about dating, and so there it is. And yeah, bye.